Hey, I'm David Freiberger.
And I'm Chad Reynolds.
And today we're going to tell you how to pick the best MSD distributor for your application.
The first and most basic offering from MSD is their Pro Billet Distributor. This thing's available for almost any application and is loaded with features.
Every Pro Billet distributor has features like a billet aluminum housing, a steel coated shaft, and for stability it has a roller bearing in the top and a bushing at the bottom.
The other feature you'll find on nearly all MSD Pro Billet distributors is a fully adjustable mechanical advance setup.
And unlike some of the OE systems where the advance weights are under the breaker plate, it's easily accessible right here underneath the rotor. And every Pro Billet distributor comes with a bag of parts that has springs and weights and stops and bushings so that you can adjust your mechanical advance curve.
Pro Billet distributors are available with a ton of options. You've got vacuum advance, dual pickups, there's even plug-and-play models for late model applications, as well as crank triggers and EFI.
For Chevy applications, you can even get a Corvette tack drive one. I don't know if you knew that, but one of the most popular options is the slip collar for a Chevy distributor, so that if you've got a tall deck block or a mismatched intake manifold, you can get your gear depth set perfectly.
One thing to remember is that your Pro Billet distributor will require an external Msd trigger box, such as a 6 or 7 series.
The Pro Billet won't run your engine without an external box. However, the next step up in the line will, and it's called the Ready to Run. This series of distributor actually includes internal electronics that act like a trigger box. You don't get multiple sparks out of them, but it is just a 3-wire hookup in order to make this distributor run. All you need is a Ready to Run distributor and a coil and 3 wires and you're set.
The Ready to Run is available for AMC, Ford, Mopar, Chevrolet, and Buick Olds or Pontiac V8s.
One of the cool things about that Ready to Run is that you can replace the MSD cap with a regular stock GM point style distributor cap, and that will look like a stock ignition system with an external coil. But if you want a complete standalone ignition and you've got a Chevy V8, you can choose the MSD HEI that has the coil in the cap. This distributor has 1-wire hookup, just like a GM HEI, easy to use, but it features the Pro Billet style construction with the billet housing, the steel coated shaft, and MSD electronics. This distributor has 1-wire hookup, but it does have a large diameter, just like a production HEI, and might have firewall clearance problems in some applications.
And for those of you who've had HEIs that just wouldn't rev, MSD's proprietary electronics will actually rev to 9,000 RPM.
The last distributor in the lineup is also the newest. This is the distributor that brings timing curves to the 21st century. It's called the Digital E-Curve, and it completely eliminates the mechanical advance mechanism and the vacuum advance mechanism, and you adjust your timing curve electronically at an easy turn of the dial. The E-Curve also includes an integral 1-step rev limiter, and this is a standalone ignition system just like the Ready to Run. You do need an external coil, but you do not need an external trigger box to run the Digital E-Curve distributor. It is a simple 3-wire hookup and you're done.
The Digital E-Curve is available for small and big block Chevrolet, small block Mopar, and 289 and 302 Fords.
So that's your MSD distributor lineup, once again starting with the most basic Pro Billet that has just a magnetic pickup in it and requires an external box. Moving on to the Ready to Run, which does not require external triggering at all, or you can choose a GM HEI with the integral coil, and finally the top of the line, Digital E-Curve.
Yeah!